Hello and welcome to my series on buying a house in Arizona. Today we're going to be talking about the life of an escrow. This is presented by me, Stephen Cotton on the left, and First American Title there on the right. A lot of times we get this question on what do we do now or what do we do next. This next page will help describe that for you. Depending on which side you are, if you're the buyer or the seller, or both, in most situations you'll be both eventually. So let's start with the buyer. The buyer selects a realtor. If you don't have a realtor, I can help you out with that. Then he gets pre-qualified with a lender. Most realtors have lenders they trust, but if you have a lender already that you like, then please use them. And then you start viewing homes. Meanwhile, on the top right, you'll see the seller selects a realtor to prepare their house for showing, and then they get it on the MLS. So right there in the middle, buyer selects homes and submits contracts with the pre-qualification form. The seller looks at all the offers and decides which one to go. From there, you open escrow, preferably with First American Title, since they gave us this great little visual. You open escrow, you order your inspections. Now the buyer is the one that orders these inspections. They could be home inspections, termite inspections. I also actually started doing Mr. Rooter inspecting the pipes from the house to the main street in case there's a tree in the front yard. But any kind of inspections you want, mold might be one too, or pests or something. So then you get your inspections done. You get a thing called a binzer, which I'll talk about on a different series, but the buyer will present something like, here's everything that's wrong with the house. Can you fix it? And both parties agree to do whatever. And at that point, the title commitment is reviewed and approved by the buyer. Once you get the inspections all approved and the appraisal is ordered, that takes about 4 days to 10 days, depending on if it's VA or just conventional loan. It's about a $450 price. Then you go, if you follow the arrows, you pick out a home insurance company. And then eventually, I say eventually because it's not as quickly as I'm talking here, eventually you will receive a final loan approval from the lender, hopefully 3 days prior to escrow. More realistically, it's that day or a day or two later. So I want you to set up that expectations because 3 days is what we shoot for. So let's hope that it happens that way. Loan docs are prepared by the lender and sent to the escrow. That goes back and forth a couple times while they figure out the P's and the Q's and dot the I's, and the last dollar has to be accounted for. Closing documents are sent to the title, and then the buyer and the seller come in at different times. Typically the seller will come in first because the buyer is still waiting for loan docs, but the seller will come in and sign, and then the buyer will come in and sign. When the buyer signs, they will give a certified funds or a wire transfer into the escrow company. Loan documents are returned to the lender for final review. The title company verifies everything is proper again, and then the lender presses a button that funds the loan. Now, just to give you a timeline, up here when the buyer deposits the funds, let's say on a Monday, well then if the lender gets the docs on Monday, he probably funds it on a Tuesday. Typically it's 1 day later, sometimes 2. It's very rarely it's the same day. So if you have a close of escrow on a Tuesday, you as the buyer need to have signed at least by that Monday, if not earlier. Just a little bit of information. So then the documents are all ready to go. They get recorded, typically a little after noon, and then after recording, it's confirmed. First American disperses the funds to everybody, and me as the buying agent hands the keys over to you, the buyer, and then the final documents are sent to all interested parties. Typically 3 or 4 days after, I would say. I mean, it could be right away, but you'll have sometimes you get a little cash back or something, but you'll get that within a week or two. And for any more questions on the life of an escrow, feel free to contact me at this number here, 623-236-5843. I'm here for any questions that you may have regarding real estate. There's my website and there's my email address. Thank you guys, and I hope this was very helpful. So then you take that, you make it a YouTube. I'm not sure what it did. Because it's doing it for me right now, so I press stop.
Can I suggest something?
Yeah.
You know, you scanned that, right?
Yeah.
I have the PDF version I could send you with your info.
That would be great.
Prettier and in color.
Yeah, if we can do that, that'd be good.
Yes, I'll send that to you tomorrow.
Then I'll record another one too. Then. black and white version and a colored version.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you
That's for the colorblind
Yeah.
people.
There you go.
Let me show you what I did do the other day. Give you an idea.
Wow. And that's called Google what?
It's called Google Hangouts. Let's say you wanted to Google. Here's what I did the other day. Things not to do before buying a house.
Oh yeah.
So I created one the other day. And because mine's a video, so maybe I didn't put it right.
It was right there. I saw what they said. Things.
Um,
Right there.
Yeah, but that's not
like
the.
you.
No, it's a. I can't remember how I worded it. Things you shouldn't do. Whatever you name the title.
Okay.
Well, you'll know it's mine because it'll have a video on it too.
Oh, I see.
So let's do. I can't remember what I named it. Let me see. Oh, I know. I can find it right here.
See, I don't know much about Google. It drives me crazy. There's so much to know.
This is.
And I have a Google and a picture and an account.
Yeah.
I do.
Google Plus. That's
So,
so good.
so I have two accounts. This one account is specifically designed for me to make the Hangouts, and then I put it to the other one. Someone doesn't watch all my mistakes or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So this one's called the cycle of a real estate transaction. Right? So, but that wasn't what you ended up running with. And I'm really new at this too. So let's see how I go here.
Did you discover this on your own?
No, someone talked about it and I liked what they were saying, so I thought these are hangouts that are already on the air. There's gotta be a way to see my hangouts.
Hangouts.
Anyway, let me show you what I did the other day. I did a couple. It's called well, let's call this one live on.
We use it.
I stopped it and usually converts. Let's see if.
You said you actually video and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, it goes to YouTube right after. Automatically.
Oh, I
So,
see. I thought it was just a
Well, it is in Google, but let me show you. Google owns YouTube.
So I can't keep up. Zillow Trulia, I got that one.
It's an PDF, but which one? So I have a guy that'll give me a little few more life cycle of escrows.